Welcome back to the 30 days of food photography breakdowns. This is day 7 out of 30, and the picture in front of me, it's a very simple picture, but this picture is going to prove you that you don't need fancy stuff in your food photos to make it look good. You can make amazing food photos by just understanding how you can harness natural light or any kind of artificial light, right? So let's just dive in and try to break down what is the lighting, where is it coming from, and what kind of effect is it giving, right? So whenever you look at a photo like this, let's just try to look at the shadow, right? Whatever I tell you from the past 1 week. By the way, we have completed 1 week for the 30 days of food photo breakdowns. In the past 1 week, I've told you whenever you want to break down the lighting, you have to look at anything, just pick apart anything, be it prop, be it the food ingredient, be it the food subject. Take it, isolate it, and try to understand where are the highlights and where are the shadows, right? So if you just try to look at, I mean, it's pretty obvious. If you just go out in the afternoon, in the evening, in the morning, you see where is the shadow, and you can make it out, like where is the light coming from, where is the sunlight, what angle is it hitting from, right? But if you are confused, let's just try to understand from a scientific manner how I'm trying to decode it, right? So just isolate any food subject. I'm taking the left glass for the demonstration over here. Take any part of the food subject. I am just taking the metal straw. I am taking this metal straw's top point and the shadow of the metal straw, and I'm drawing a line in between. what that does is what that does is when I draw a line in between the shadow and the top line, I can draw a line and I can understand where is the light coming from, right? So if I have my subject over here and my shadow over here, that means my light is going to come from this. And since the angle of this particular food photo, it's a flat lay angle, right? So if I'm shooting this food photo from a flat lay angle, and if I can see, if I have kept the glass over here, right? If I've kept the glass over here and the shadow is like this, and if my flat lay is over here, so I can draw the line between the straw and the straw's shadow, right? So I can get a line in between, and I can clearly see where is the light coming from, right? So it's kind of from this angle. I'm talking about the lighting angle over here, right? We have already discussed the shooting angle is a flat lay, right? So that's the shooting angle, which is the flat lay, and the lighting angle is somewhere over the top, right? Not too top, not just behind the camera. It's somewhere over a little bit of degrees, right? So that's the lighting angle. And the beauty of this food photo, it's not the food subject, it's the warm glow and the shadow, which is also called as a gobo. I've already explained what gobo is before some days. I think it's what day it is. Yeah, I think I did it previously. Yeah, it was the first day itself, right? So when you try to understand what a gobo is, gobo means just go in between object, right? So what is the go in between object and where it's going in between? It's going in between the backdrop and the sunlight, which is the light source over here, right? So if you put a plant like this with its shadow, it's going to create a gobo shadow over here on the backdrop, right? So sunlight, this is the sunlight, this is the backdrop. Gobo comes in between the sunlight and the backdrop, or even the food subject, right? I hope you get the idea what a gobo is. And the whole beauty of this food photo is carried by the gobo. And that's why at the start of the video I told you it's so simple sometimes to create amazing food photos, even without buying fancy stuff, even without buying expensive gear, fancy props, fancy backdrops, nothing. You just need you just need sunlight, not even artificial light. You just need sunlight and a creative sense, a proper visual aesthetic sense, in order to create shadows like this. When we figured out the lighting, which was the sunlight hitting from this angle, shooting angle was the flat lay angle, and the colors, there are no colors over here. This is just beige backdrop and the red color drink, right? So it's very neutral, very earthen, apart from the red color, of course. There are no props, it's just the metal straw and the glass, the whole beverage. The vibe, I'm sure you can guess the vibe. The photo is giving very sunny, very picnicky, tropical vibe. And that's the whole emotion that food photographer over here wanted to generate from this photo, right? What is the vibe? It's some refreshment to get through the sunny day. That's the slogan. That's actually the caption for this food photo, right? When you want to generate a caption, when you want to understand what is the vibe without taking the help of ChatGPT, you just need to try to break down the food photo into its factors. Like, just try to sit down and see what is this photo trying to tell me. Ask yourself. Of course the food photo won't tell you, but you have to ask yourself and just imagine that food photo is trying to tell you something. Okay, that's how I try to decode in my food photos as well, right? So that's the vibe that you're getting from this food photo, a sunny, tropical, interesting vibe that you can get refreshment out of, right? So that's the day 7 out of day 30, out of 30 days of food photography breakdowns. And I'm going to be here tomorrow for the day 8. Hope you had fun.